I'm swollen right now because I just woke up. It is 7:19 in the morning. I knew I wanted to make this video, I just didn't know how or what to say or where to even begin because there's a lot of shit that's been going on. Respect Little Mix. Respect Little Mix. That is a term or a saying that has been going around for the last few days, but it's not even just prevalent to the last few days, it's prevalent to their entire career. Show Little Mix the respect that they deserve, the respect they've earned. It's been almost a decade that Little Mix has been out, and the fact that they're not a worldwide name is not their fault. Not their fault. They have the talent, they have the charisma, all that. They're beautiful. Little Mix should be way bigger than they are, and that's something since I became a mixer 2 years ago, that's something I've been saying over and over again. So, what caused the uproar specifically yesterday for the entire fandom around the world to be trending Respect Little Mix? From my understanding, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Columbia Records, Little Mix's new company, they left Psycho, which is Simon Cowell's, fuck Simon Cowell. I don't do what Simon says, get the message because it's red, that's just right for never play fair. That song, all about Simon Cowell. They're not with him anymore, but Columbia Records decided to drop the sales of the new Confetti album in the US and on Amazon, all that stuff. I don't know whether I should talk about the impact the album could have had or just the action of doing that, what that will do to Little Mix. And just, it's how it... And I'm kind of scared, honestly, to make this video because this isn't something I've talked about, but I have been in contact with one of Little Mix's companies. I do sponsored reactions on the channel now, you guys. Companies reach out to me, pay me some money to react to their artists or to promote their artists or, whatever. I specify in some of the music video reactions that I do that it's a promoted video. And one of the companies that has contacted me was... I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but whatever. I have to. You can't... It's Little Mix. Little Mix has been one of my favorite artists. Little Mix has gotten me out of so many, just bad times and emotional roller coasters. Their music, watching their videos. It's like I can't just sit back and not talk about it or not make some of you aware who may not have been aware of what's going on. Also, I can't even really see. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm blind as a bat. Hold on. This is not a cute angle. Sorry if my voice is raspy as well, but as I said, it's 7 in the morning. Anyways, yes, let me continue this video. I was contacted by one of the labels that helps Little Mix. I was told that I could do some work with Little Mix. I could do some collaborations and stuff like that. And that's great. And this isn't me bashing that person or whatever company she works for. I don't even know if she works for Columbia Records specifically. But it's just not even just on a... I don't want to talk about morals because I don't think the companies care. I don't think they have empathy or care about their artists or the fans themselves. What matters to them most is their pockets, which makes me just be like, what the heck are you doing? By taking Confetti, the latest album by Little Mix, one of their best albums in my opinion, especially for this day and age, by taking the Confetti album off the shelves in the US, off Amazon, you are basically taking away sales. You're basically taking away potential new fans in the States that you could have had. But that's the thing. They don't want Little Mix to have new fans. They don't want Little Mix to excel. They don't want them to elevate. It's been rumored that they want Perry Edwards to go solo, and she's been one of the ones who's always been like, no solos, no solos, no solos. We're a team. And it's just disgusting and frustrating to even think about. That's so rude. And I know it's the music industry. No one cares about anything except for money and status, but still, you brought them up on X Factor, these girls, joined them together, they became a family, they become our family, the fans' family, and now you're trying to destroy them any which way you can. Disgusting. Whatever. Let's get to the thread that's talking about everything that's happened with Columbia Records and how we've gotten to this point specifically. And then I want to talk about how they treat other artists, and yes, I'm going to name drop because it's appropriate, it's very important. How they have somehow, magically, been able to elevate a different artist from the UK globally. I just specified his gender, y'all can guess what I'm talking about. How they're on the freaking cover of Vogue every other week. How they're a household name. How they can do no wrong. And Little Mix has to release songs like Woman's World. But hold on. Before we get to that, let's read the thread. This is just going to outline over the years everything that's been going on, everything that Little Mix has had to endure, and some of us may not have been aware of it, so I just want to bring light to it. So the thread is called, shout out to Jade Memes with a Z on Twitter. Columbia Records mistreatment towards Little Mix, a thread. Respect Little Mix. Should I screen record this? I'll put a link to the thread in the description. I'm just going to read it to you guys. Let's get straight to the facts. They wanted 4 young females to flirt with older men and important men just so their music gets played on U.S. radio. They know they have power over them in the industry by being males. It's disgusting. And I quote, who is this speaking? Jade said, I was like, F off. Why have I got to go in and flirt to get my song on the radio? Disgusting. Next, due to the girls refusing to do this, it is believed that Columbia actually blacklisted Little Mix's music from being played on the radios in the US, as you barely hear them on it. Little Mix is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, girl group in the world, and I'm not talking about K-pop, I'm not talking about Blackpink. You'll hear Blackpink's music every now and then, but most of the time you don't because it's all in Korean. The only K-pop group who has been able to get Korean music on the radio in the US is BTS because they're BTS. But to say that Little Mix is not on the same level as that with influence, and the fact their music is in English, which is the predominant language of the United States, their music should definitely be on the radios here. That would be such an easy thing to do too for the label. I mean, Little Mix has so much success. If you can get random Latin artists that we've never even heard of on our radios playing, and we have to like switch whatever because we don't know who the fuck that is, how can you not have Little Mix playing on our radios? That's something that is just so easy. I keep saying that. It's easy for them to do. That's such an easy thing to do. And that would bring more fans in, which means more money for the company. Because more fans means more sales, which means more concert visits if we weren't in a pandemic. So it's just ridiculous. Blacklisting them because they didn't want to whore themselves out for you. Disgusting. Next. With their new album Confetti and also LM5, the previous album, no physical copies of the album were available to purchase in the US. Why would a label purposely cancel album orders or not make them available? Confetti was removed from all US websites. The only place you can purchase the album is Amazon, and it's being shipped in. Care to explain? And they added Columbia Records. My Confetti CD from Barnes & Nobles is canceled. Anywhere else I can buy the CD in the US? Now that's my thing. How the heck are you going to cancel orders that have already been made? Like what is wrong with you? Genuinely. I'm actually getting pissed off. What the heck? What else can you explain this with other than sabotage? This is literal sabotage. How do you cancel orders that have already been made in the States? So, Little Mix had to have done something to piss someone off. And unjustly, obviously. Because if you're signed to this label, they're supposed to be on your team, not sabotaging you. I didn't even want to spend money on Amazon because I don't like Jeff Bezos. I feel like he's disgusting too. So I use eBay. And on eBay, the vinyl is like $100. No one has that kind of money to be spending, at least right now, $100 to be spending on a vinyl. Why would you take their albums, LM5 and Confetti, out of service in America? Why would you cancel orders that have already been made? What sense does that make? What explanation could you have for that? Next, 2017, a huge year for Little Mix. Touring with Ariana Grande, one of the biggest artists in the world, not even just in the US, in the world. And also attending a festival within the US, iHeart Festival to be exact. Perry became unwell, so sadly couldn't perform. So just when the three thought it couldn't be any worse, it definitely did. The pure embarrassment on the girls' faces alone makes it unbearable to watch. Backing tracks would randomly play. Mics are too low, or the opposite. They couldn't hear a thing. So their first time in the US, or probably the first time a lot of US fans have seen them perform, and it's a shit show. That's surely gonna make people say, hey, I wanna stand them. Hey, that was a great performance. And again, Little Mix is at a point in their career, they're big enough, they've been around for so long, that mics not working right, backtracks playing randomly is unacceptable. And obviously, mistakes get made. No, nothing's perfect. No one's perfect. But how is it they can do performances like I'm saying now, where they have a whole Egyptian warrior heaven on the European Music Awards or whatever it's called, and they can dance in water without the electricity causing a fire, but you can't make a mic work. Now I don't know if their Columbia is attached to these performances recently and back then, but how is there such a contrast? Disgusting. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Let's do the next one. That was one of the first and last festivals in the US that Little Mix attended. So you came to America, left a sort of bad taste here, and then just dipped out and said you can't go back. You can't go back to fix your image. That's what it sounds like to me. Little Mix actually have a lot of eligible certifications in the US, but Columbia Records refuses to buy them, so they're collecting dust as we speak. RIAA Platinum eligible certifications for US. Wings, Black Magic, Shout Out to My Ex, Touch, Woman Like Me. Buy your plaques. The thing about plaques, every single artist you see who earns a plaque, there's a reason they take a picture of it and post it. There's a reason that it's such a big thing. It's because, one, not every artist, not everybody can get a plaque. And two, it's just like a reward. It's like a trophy. It's a reminder that you were good enough, you have done enough, you're great. Why would your label not want to acknowledge that? Why would they not want to be like, we are doing a great job with this group. Here is the evidence of it. Because they don't give a fuck about Little Mix. Columbia Records is... A lot of this pure disengagement with the girls happened after they split, says with Simon Cowell, whose record label is now bust, lol. Because the girls wanted more control of their music and was also being mistreated in the UK. Little Mix split from Psycho days before LM5 album release. From the beginning of their career, the girls' labels have been gagging for Perry to go solo. This is a big thing. I'm going to read it again. From the beginning of their careers, the girls' labels have been gagging for Perry to go solo, but she has refused every time. It is also believed that they blacklisted their music for this reason as well. Columbia Records and Simon Cowell have reportedly been working hard to break up Little Mix and have member Perry Edwards pursue a solo career in the US. That can't happen. That shouldn't happen. I mean, I stand Mamamoo, and as we know, if you don't watch K-pop, then you wouldn't know, but whatever. They spent this entire year doing solo work. And then at the end of the year this year, they've done a comeback and they've released 2 songs as a group. If that's something Little Mix is interested in, where each member releases a song specifically about them and their own sound, their own individuality, I completely understand that. But to just kind of just make her go from being if they're trying to do a Lauren Horegi or Normani, that's not what the girls want. I would be behind it if each member had if they wanted to express their different sounds in a specific song, or if each member had a solo song on an album, that would be cool. But to just say Perry, we want you, you're the it girl, we're gonna put you everywhere. And how much you want to bet if Perry did go solo, they would be promoting her in the United States? You know what? I think this is a perfect time to talk about Harry Styles. How is it Harry Styles, a boy from similar beginnings, off X Factor, boy group, One Direction, that was shit, none of the members were happy then either. How is it that he's propelled into excellence? He's leveled up so much since the band disbanded. He's on the cover of Vogue. He's getting praised for wearing dresses, which I'm not dissing that fact. I'm talking about how it's hypocritical. He's everywhere. He's famous in the United States. His Watermelon Sugar, I couldn't escape that song. I live in Texas, and I couldn't escape Watermelon Sugar. Tastes like strawberries. No one here is eating strawberries or comparing eating to strawberries. But I couldn't get away from that song playing on the radio. And you couldn't put a single, in the 10 years Little Mix has been around, you couldn't put a single one of their songs on the radio? That's not right. There's no reason Harry Styles, from One Direction, can elevate into the United States and Little Mix can't. from the same label, the same beginnings, UK. That's ridiculous. Harry Styles is... The company is treating Harry Styles different than Little Mix, and I think it is because he's a man. How is it that he can walk around and wear a dress on a Vogue cover, but Little Mix has to flirt with men to get their music played on the radio? Hypocritical. It's because he's a man and they're women. I'm saying that right now. If you disagree, you're wrong. Comment down below, though. And then the person next said, honestly, the list goes on, but that just shows how much Little Mix actually go through without people actually being aware. Fuck Ron Perry. Fuck Columbia Records. Just read and take in the lyrics after this thread. They show the lyrics to Woman's World, which I know you're all familiar with. Little Mix was forced to cancel their whole USA leg tour in order to create a new album, which in the end was Can I read? Little Mix was forced to cancel their whole US leg tour in order to create a new album, which in the end got scrapped by the label because they didn't like it and messed with Little Mix's reputation in the country. I don't feel like I need to walk through how that is so wrong, but I'm going to anyway because what the fuck? So you say, hey, you're not going to go on tour actually. You're not going to be able to see your fans, connect with your fans, get more fans, which again is going to make us money, make you money. Leanne can't have 2 elevators in her house now. Instead, we want you to come back, make a new album. They spend the time writing, they spend the time producing, singing, going to the studio, all that. Give it to the company. Oh, actually, we don't like this album. So what was the point? You made us lose so much money, so much time, experience with our fans, experience to get better. Every performance you learn something new about yourself, about what you can do, to make an album that you just scrapped. Even if you didn't like it, still release it. Someone's going to like it in the world. What was the point of... Because you didn't like it, you scrapped the whole album? From Little Mix? I don't even think that's believable. Little Mix? You're telling me put out a bad album. Or was it just not their taste? Because I do know they wanted them to be more poppy. But honestly, get weird. If Little Mix was doing that shit today, I probably would not be a fan. Oh my god, okay. I'm just irritated because it's like, how can your company sabotage you? Little Mix are... It's Little Mix. They don't do anything to anyone. They're the sweetest women. They deserve the world. What is happening? Y'all let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought new light to some situations you may not have been aware of. My lips are dry as heck. The woman from, I think it's SME or something. I don't know if you're affiliated with Columbia, but this was not a diss at you or anything. It's just, I hate the treatment of Little Mix, and I have to speak on it because I'm a fan of them. I love Little Mix. They're one of my favorite artists, so if I'm seeing they're being mistreated, I have to talk about it. Yeah. Bye, guys.